Sir, will you buy my drawings? He almost didn't hear her at first, just a whisper in the chaos of the busy street. But something made him look. There she sat, barefoot, small, unnoticed. A little black girl, maybe 6 years old, crouched on the cold concrete. Her faded green dress hung from her thin frame. Scraped knees, skinny arms, and wide, silent eyes that held a sorrow far too heavy for her age. She didn't beg. She didn't cry. She simply held up a wooden frame, inside a child's drawing, for stick figures holding hands. A man, a woman in a skirt, a tall girl, and a little one smiling under a yellow sun. Point one of them was her. Her lips barely moved. Sir, will you buy my drawing? She asked again, voice cracked from hours without water. People passed her by. Some looked, most didn't. A woman pulled her purse closer. A man in a suit shook his head and muttered as he walked past. No one stopped, but she stayed still, clutching the drawing like it was the last thing keeping her tethered to the world. And then one man did stop, an older man in his 60s, neatly dressed in a tan coat and polished leather shoes. He didn't look like the kind of person who would pause for anyone. But something made him stop. Maybe it was how quiet she was. Maybe it was how she held that picture like it was sacred. He crouched beside her. You drew that? He asked softly. She nodded. He studied the simple picture. Just four stick figures and a sun. But it was more than a drawing. It was a memory. A message. A plea. What's your name? He asked. No answer. Where's your mom, sweetheart? Still silence. Then, almost too quiet to hear, she whispered, They're all gone. His breath caught. She hugged the frame tighter to her chest. They died in the fire. He blinked. Fire. She nodded. The car flipped. Then it burned. Her voice was distant. I was sleeping. I heard Mommy scream. Then I woke up outside. There were lights, people, but no one talked to me. Her words broke apart like glass. Shattered. Painful. I waited, but no one came. He didn't know what to say. His chest ached. It wasn't just her story. It was the way she told it. Like she'd already accepted that she was alone now. That this was her life. How long have you been here? He asked. I don't know. She looked down. I slept near the shops. Some ladies gave me bread. But when I show them my drawing, they don't want it. Why are you selling it? He asked gently. She looked up, and with quiet certainty, she said, Because Mommy said if I get lost, I should draw us happy. So someone might find me. He didn't move. He couldn't. That picture, it wasn't art. It was a lifeline, a map back to the love she had lost. He reached for his phone, then hesitated. The police? No, not yet. Would they just send her to a shelter? Would she vanish into the system? She was looking down again, holding the frame so tight as if afraid the people inside might slip away too. Do you have another name? He asked. I think. Ellie. He smiled gently. Ellie. That's beautiful. She didn't respond, just shivered in silence. He took off his coat and wrapped it around her shoulders. She didn't resist, didn't even flinch. That's when it hit him. She hadn't just been abandoned. She'd been forgotten. And the question wasn't who will help her. It was how hasn't anyone helped her yet? He stood and made a call. Not to the police, to someone who would listen. 10 minutes later, a gray car pulled up. Out stepped Margaret, a woman in red glasses and a long cardigan. Kind eyes, gentle voice. She crouched beside Ellie. I'm Margaret. Can I sit with you? Ellie nodded. Just once. No questions. No clipboard. Margaret simply unwrapped her scarf and gently wrapped it around Ellie's bare feet. That one act broke something inside the child. Ellie leaned in and whispered, "I try to be good. I waited where Mommy told me, but no one ever came." Charles turned away, blinking back tears. Margaret wrapped Ellie in a soft hug. "You were brave. You waited, and now we're here." That night, Ellie was taken to a care center. Not just another group home, a safe place. Quiet, warm, full of smiles. Charles visited often that he brought paper, pencils, juice boxes. She didn't say much, but she always drew, always four figures, always holding hands. Then one day, while Charles waited outside her room, a social worker approached him. "We found her name," she said. "Ellie Johnson. Her family died in a crash 3 weeks ago. She was ejected from the car. Somehow, she slipped through the cracks." "No one claimed her?" he asked. "They thought she died too." He felt his heart sink. "What happens now?" She smiled. "Well, the good news is someone wants to be in her life now." He looked at her, confused. She smiled again. "You. Ellie keeps asking for you." He turned to the window. Ellie was there, sitting cross-legged, drawing again. This time, there were 5 people. She looked up and smiled. For the first time, he stepped inside and sat beside her. "Who's the extra person?" he asked, trying to smile. She giggled. "That's you." He swallowed the lump in his throat. "Can I keep this one?" Ellie nodded. "Only if you stay." He reached for her tiny hand. "I'm not going anywhere."